Nice. I hadn't seen that part before.
Oh, isn't it cool? The
I
little countdown.
know.
Chris, I just am laughing when I look at the camera. Okay.
Good morning.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Memory Bound's daily video. Memory Bound Paper Craft Store is in Ankeny, Iowa, and I'm Kelly, and Chris is here, you guys.
I am.
Our
I keep thinking
engineer.
this in my head.
Our engineer. I know, you're kind of over in the corner.
Yeah, that's all right.
We had Becky in the corner yesterday, and we do want to give a big shout out and a thank you to Becky Thrapp, who joined us yesterday and showed us all of her Tim Holtz makes. They were pretty amazing.
I didn't get to watch it live. I was kind of sad, but I will have to catch up on it.
Yeah, she brought in some folios, and she made a really cute scrap dog.
Oh, I saw that.
Did you
yes.
see that?
She is amazing. The things she comes up with,
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, very nice.
So thank you, Becky, and we want to welcome Janet because she's here today, and she is doing our Lincoln and Drinking.
Yay.
So, yep, we love that. Janet is there if you have a question that we miss, because sometimes the comments go through so quickly, don't they, Chris?
Exactly, and I'm so busy looking at my desk going, okay, have I forgotten anything?
You have a lot of stuff there for sure.
Well, on the wall for sure, yeah. But
we got a lot, and there's a lot of people joining us.
Yay.
Looks like Chris is here and Denise from Carlisle, and if you guys don't know Carlisle, that's south of Des Moines. They've got a really great Italian restaurant there. And Bunny from Omaha's here, and hi Dawn and Beth. They're commenting about Becky's demo that they really liked it yesterday.
Good.
So
she does amazing things.
She does. She
does. There's Donna from Bakersfield.
Hi Donna. We gotcha. And Marilyn's here. Oh my gosh. Hi Barbara.
I just love seeing where everybody's from.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
I've never lived in anywhere other than Iowa. So
me too.
Really? Okay. I don't feel so bad. I'm not the only one then.
Janet says I sound a little muffled.
Oh.
So let me turn my mic off and back on, and I gave it another try. And I'm going to move it.
Janine's from Montana.
Hey. Jerry says she's looking forward to this, Chris.
Oh boy.
So am I.
I had fun doing it, and I'm going to, my friend always tells me I don't have to be so honest. We're going to be doing this together because I've only made one. So this will be my second
but you
time.
are our paper engineer. And
well,
Chris, just give him a little peek at what we're going to make, or just kind of make. Oh, wait, I got it.
She's got to change the cam.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go. We're going to put together a chipboard album. I used 50-pound or 50-point chipboard, and today we're going to do the outside as along with the hinge, and then tomorrow we will fill some pages, and I'll just kind of show you a little bit of this. Today I'm doing an 8x8. I've got some trips this year. I'm not a great photo taker. I never have been, but I thought if I get an album ready, then perchance I will go ahead and get it filled.
Perfect. So Chris is going to show us how to assemble the actual book itself. And this is a 2-part journey with Chris. Ooh. Tomorrow we get to see how to decorate it.
Yeah. And obviously just suggestions, because everybody has their own idea, but I'm using the really fun, pretty, Happy Trails. Or Travels, and I just think this is so pretty.
That's the new collection from Simple Stories.
Yes, so we'll be using this to decorate it tomorrow.
It could be Happy Trails or Happy Travels.
Yes.
Chris is going to call it Happy Trails.
Yeah.
Before we get started on that, we just want to tell you about a couple of our specials that are continuing on this week. The Copic markers, $5.49. That's $2 off, so that's a really good deal. We have a lot of colors left, so check that out.
And like you said, we have a lot of colors left. And gosh, if you've ever thought about doing them, now's the time.
It's a great time.
And the Winnie the Pooh, 30% off, which is wonderful.
It's really good.
Yes.
I
Go ahead.
I know I wanted to say something clever,
Oh,
Chris, but I could not come up with a single thing.
not a
So,
single clever thing.
no, I couldn't.
She will in about
Anyway,
30 seconds.
check out. I know. I blah 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 blah. Check out the Winnie the Pooh and the Copic markers. We have one more announcement to make regarding Monday's craft along. So Chris has got the card kit that Teresa's going to be crafting along with you on Monday.
And I saw her cards. She was here one day working on them. They're so cute.
They are really neat.
Yeah, she always bumps them up a level, and I just think they're really cute. You're going to love them. She also used the ribbon pack.
And that the ribbon is from Flower Emporium. It's not,
Yes.
but it matched really well.
It sure does.
So she pulled that out to use.
And enamel dots. Who doesn't love a
Yeah.
shiny enamel dot? She also has Janet's card inserts, which, Kelly, I just love that we're the only store
I think we're
that
the only we're
the
the
original.
originators.
Yes, the OG.
So let's give a shout out to Janet because she's made card inserts for every card kit pretty much in the last I don't know how many years, but she actually started making these. I think she said about 20 years ago when she was teaching classes. She always had these for her cards.
Well, and I don't know about other people, but I have a hard time coming up with something to put inside my card.
Well, Janet does not have that trouble.
No, her mind is amazing. It just is like, why couldn't I have thought of that?
So thank you, Janet.
Yes. And Teresa also used this because she did some extra cards. She had stickers left over.
Yeah, there was leftover things.
So she grabbed a sheet of this 3x4 cut apart and used it. So yay.
That's Monday. If you want to craft along live, make sure you get your card kit, and that's Sunny Days. Isn't it called Sunny Days?
It sure is. And that's the 19th. Order it today. I'm doing shipping today.
Chris will get it out.
I will get it out to you this afternoon. Even if I have to stay overnight.
And if you want to craft later, you can too.
Yes. Oh, big announcement.
Yeah, we're giving you. That's so true, Chris. This is a quick peek at a new product that's exclusive just to Memory Bound. These are our 3 new stamp sets. Congratulations was designed by Janet. And we have currently
this is so cute. All of the different little things what I've been up to, and cleaning. That one's not going to be happening. Watching, liking, listening, planning, visiting. This is so cute. Good job.
So Katie, and you're going to see, Katie has many plans for this and demos for this. That'll probably be in a couple weeks. And you'll be seeing how she used this because she sized it all perfectly for tags and for her projects that she's going to be showing us.
I could see this in a planner.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I like that. And then the last one, Glimmer.
Yeah, this was designed by Janet, and we are going to have a big Glimmer launch for my birthday, the first week of June.
Nice.
So we're going to have something very special with Glimmer coming up.
Twinkle.
And explain a little bit more about what glimmers are and things like that. It's something very near and dear to my heart, and we'll be able to probably share more about this on Friday.
Nice.
On our video Friday.
I will be watching. I don't work Friday, so I'll be watching.
All right. Okay, so now getting back to the main event, Chris is here today.
I'm going to go under the camera. Sorry. There we
That's
go.
her shirt. She's got to remember.
Yeah, I've got on my.
We're having trouble with one of our cameras, but here. I'm going to go back so they can see your shirt, Chris.
Okay.
Because I looked for that shirt to wear today. Well, it would have been so cool if we both were wearing it.
One day,
it's dirty.
One day, 4 of the 5 of us had this color shirt on.
That's a really cool teal, and Chris and I both like V-necks.
Yep.
And so that's one of our new shirts with our new logo.
It's V without being 2V.
Right. It's not 2V.
Yeah. You don't want 2V. I'm going to embarrass myself.
Oh, please do.
Yeah,
please do.
Why not? One of the first videos I ever did, my mom was still living, and she, when I went up to visit her, she wanted to watch it. And her first comment was, "Girl, watch your V-necks." And
your mom said that?
Yeah, because the camera was the way they had the camera angle was not great.
Little high.
And yeah, so her first comment wasn't, "Oh, that was good, honey." It was like, "Watch your V-necks."
Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's a
so
good
now
memory.
I do. Yes.
We do have to be careful sometimes.
Oh, exactly.
Okay, so Dawn is asking 3V or 4V. I'm not sure if that means sizes, but they do come in all sizes pretty much. And you can order those. Janet could put up a link. The shirts, we don't stock the shirts here at Memory Bound. We have our space more for crafty goodies. Yeah. And plus, we'd have to carry so many colors and sizes because they come in so many different variations. But there's a link, and thank you, Janet. She linked it.
Oh, she is so good.
So you can go there. They're made at a third party here in Ankeny, a company that we really like. And then they bring them to Memory Bound, and you can pick them up here, or we can throw them in your order and ship them to you. And did you see what Donna said? Sounds like something her mother would say. So, all right. Okay, well, I'm going to flip the camera back. Let's see how many times we can change camera angles today.
Did you get the honeybee envelopes? I think the ones that store
did they not come yesterday?
I don't know. I wasn't.
We'll check on that. We'll find out if those came or not. We'll find out from Diane. I thought they would have arrived yesterday. The other thing is we had a question, Chris, about the waffle flower quilting collection, and that should be arriving any day.
Oh,
we
nice.
have ordered it. It's on its way. And Donna, we're going to check on those envelopes too. We'll find out.
Right.
They shipped on Friday, so maybe today's a better day, or Thursday. When did we show those? Thursday. Well, the day we showed them, they shipped out to Memory Bound, so they'll be here anytime.
I think maybe Thursday.
We'll check on it.
You know, the weeks are sliding together, Kelly.
They are. It's already the middle of May.
It's
everybody.
amazing.
Chris, would you mind, since people are joining us late, can you just show us your book?
I sure can.
And so, Chris, if you're just joining us, Chris is showing us how to make a book, an album, mainly from chipboard and paper. So you start with nothing, kind of, right?
Exactly. I like a challenge for myself, and I also like that I can put in as many pages as I want. And I've got a few trips coming up, so I decided just to make a small album. I'm going to show you how to use this die from Elizabeth Craft tomorrow. It's a great little die that you can make pockets.
That's how you did that.
Yeah, so that's how I did that. I'll show you how to use this.
Is that a tomorrow thing?
It's a tomorrow thing. But this one I did a little differently. All the pages are, whoops, that's in the wrong order. That's going to drive me nuts. I'm going to do an 8x8 today, and we'll make the hinge. So
you're going to show us how to actually make an album, you guys, with just chipboard and paper.
Today we're doing the album. Tomorrow we'll do the guts.
And I love that you're doing a different size so we can see both ideas. And we do have an update. The honeybee storage pockets are arriving today. So as soon as our driver gets here from UPS or FedEx, they will be here. And we ordered a lot, so.
Does not surprise me, because they were very popular.
Yeah. Chris, there's a quick question.
Yeah, of course.
Your original album, what paper did you use on that?
That was the Tim Holtz Vault.
Okay, so that was the Tim Holtz Vault paper.
And unfortunately, you know how you make something and then it goes out the door.
Yeah.
And we had so many packs of it, and I was just making it for myself.
And then we're like, Chris, we need to make that at Memory Bound.
Yeah, I was just doing it for myself, and I should have known better.
No problem. But that's all right. It's a great example, and you know what Chris is doing. You can make it your own way, your own paper, your own theme.
Exactly.
And Cheryl says she loves making mini albums. So
good.
This is gonna be perfect.
Oh, good. Well, if you have any suggestions, you just let me know, Cheryl. So today I'm going to do an 8x8. And I start with a piece of paper that is larger than the 8x8. I don't know what happened here. I cut one side a little wrong, so whatever.
Is it going to work?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Okay.
It's just not going to have as much of a lip.
So what size of paper are you starting with?
Well, I try to start with 2 inches bigger. So if I'm doing an 8x8 album, I'm going to use a 10x10 piece of
Okay,
paper.
so 2 inches bigger than what your book is going to be.
Correct. And because this is cut a little off, I might not score it like I was going to. Yeah, sometimes I'll go ahead and I'll score then an inch all the way around my paper so that I can just lay it in there.
Oh, I see.
And
Because
have
that would
already
make,
have
because you
it.
added 2 inches.
Correct.
But this paper
But
you cut a little
yeah,
different.
well, I think I was probably tired, and we've all been there where you're tired and you craft anyway, and you know you shouldn't, but that's all right. So
So did you score it already?
I did not. We're not going to because I cut it
Oh,
wrong.
we're not going to because you cut it wrong. But here's another method.
That's right.
So we show you lots of things, you guys.
Here is my chipboard. This one is white on both sides. It doesn't have to be. The one I have here is craft and white. And this is the one that's linked. It's $1.99 for a 50 point. And for me, that was plenty stiff, I think. So I also want to mention the spine. I wait until I know how many pages I'm putting in. I don't cut it until I have my hinges made.
Okay.
So you're going to want to determine how many hinges you do before you cut your spine. I happen to make a prototype at home, so I'll know, but I have one we're going to make on air also. So.
Okay, so your chipboard is 8x8.
Correct.
So the chipboard's 8x8 and you cut your paper bigger and you normally, I'm just reviewing for
Nope, that's
everybody,
fine.
and you normally cut it 2 inches bigger, but today it's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's just because it was cut a little different.
Yeah, I cut it a little wonky and it's going to work though.
It'll work
so I think that's the other important thing to remember is that make it work. You know, if I had really cut it wonky, as long as it's got a 1/2 inch around it, it's fine. So I have my craft mat down because I don't want to get glue all over. I use the multimedia mat and one of these little brushes here, which I really like.
Those
It's
are the
the collage.
yeah, and those are special, Chris, and I think you probably know that because they Maggie has showed it before. They've got like a hollow part. It's not hollow, but in the center of the brush, it holds more. It's going to hold more whatever you're using.
Yeah.
Because it's got a space there, and I totally described it in a bad way, but
Well,
they are really good for applying your matte medium.
oh, I got it open this time. One time I struggled with it and I meant to grab a paper towel so that I could wipe up my mess afterwards, but we'll be fine. Would you get it wet, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. I start by just getting a glob of it. Really, you want it thick, but not so thick that it's like oatmeal or something where it's going to come shooting out. I had to use 2 pieces of the 12x12 because you're doing 8x8 and then you have the spine. So thank you, Kelly. I'm going to clean that up just a little bit before.
With your brush?
I will be eventually.
Okay, I'll wrap it up with a baby wipe.
Thanks.
If you're using your brush, you guys, a tip I learned from Maggie is you can just wrap it up in a baby wipe just to kind of keep it from drying up on you.
All right, I like to put my paper down and this on top of it so that I can kind of eyeball and have about the same amount of space on each side. Now I have my brayer.
Oh,
and
yes.
I start on the back side just to really get a good even distribution of weight.
Cheryl, while you're rolling there, Chris, Cheryl helped explain what I was trying to say on the fly.
Oh, good.
There's an open area in the center of those bristles on the collage brushes of Tim Holtz that acts as a reservoir for the medium. So I
Oh.
think I was trying to, Cheryl, thank you. I was trying to say the same thing. I
She
never
just
thought I
came out
needed a
with it.
brayer, Chris, until it was required for a trade show class I went
Okay.
to. And I'm like, oh, do I really need this?
And then you're like, yeah, I guess I do.
I use it a lot.
Good. All right. Now, I go ahead. I do it however I feel like, really. You
Okay,
know,
so there's
sometimes
different
I cut
ways.
off first. Sometimes I bend it to get a good thing. But you want to cut off your edges. See how this looks like?
So that's one you already did.
This is one I've already done. And
to miter
the corners.
Okay.
So you're going to go ahead and you're going to cut it off pretty close. Sometimes I'll go ahead and I'll make my fold first so that you kind of have a guideline.
You know, Chris, we've never shown how to make one of these on any of our videos.
Really?
Yes, I'm sure of
Oh
that.
boy. Should have probably picked someone who's done it more often.
Well, hey,
It'll be fine.
We'll be great.
And these I didn't bend, but you can see it's still going to work just fine. You can kind of eyeball it. You just, you know.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
All right, now go ahead and bend this up. You can do it the other way too. It just seems you get a nice, even bend.
So, Chris,
Yes, ma'am.
do you, just had a comment. Do you want to explain which part of the album you're making? I mean, we all assume that we know what you're doing, but maybe we need you to explain it a little bit more.
I am making right now the cover and the back. So we're doing the base of the album. Tomorrow we'll do the inside, but yeah, right now I'm working on, like I said, the front and
cover.
yep. Next we'll do your tabs, which will determine your spine size. All right, now that this is nice and bent, you know, go ahead, use your fingers or use a tool if you want, but I think using your fingers is good enough. And we're going to get out our glue again. This is also the time if your edges weren't quite glued down enough, but I think mine look pretty good. I'm happy with that. So you can put it on the paper or you can put it on the chipboard itself. I'm going to go ahead and try to keep it on the paper. And it stays wet long enough that I can. You can also, if you need to, as it's drying, put something heavy on it so that it doesn't curl up at all. I've seen people do that on videos.
And Chris, we do have a question for you.
Yes.
They want to know, why did you decide to make your own album rather than getting something pre-made?
Because I don't take many photos and I wanted to be able to just have something small.
Good idea.
That I could control how many pages are in it. And I like to challenge myself to different ways.
I would agree. And we're doing folios this month, so there's another reason.
Yeah, and the thing was, I had been, when it was decided they were doing folios, I had been gone. So I came back to that and they're like, hey, this is great. That fits in with our folio theme.
It was an accident.
Yes, it was an accident.
And then the other question is the chipboard cut to 8x8?
It is not. You're going to have to cut that yourself.
So I think the question is just confirming that you cut it to 8x8.
I did.
Okay.
like I said, I started with a 12 by 12 piece of chipboard. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Your blade dulls.
Takes a bit of a blade.
It
Maybe
takes
an X-Acto knife and a metal ruler would be.
Yes, if
Okay.
you're good at cutting that way, then I would suggest doing that. I am not. So I got, I'm fortunate enough to have more than one trimmer. So I used one trimmer for my paper and the other for my chipboard. But, you know, just put a different blade in it, get your paper cut, and then switch your blade out if you want. Like you said, an X-Acto knife. I think if I had had my guillotine out, then that probably would have been a much better.
Yeah, a little bit heavier duty.
Yeah.
Well, we have a fun comment here from Beth. She says, once you make your own, you won't be able to stop.
Well,
and you can make it any size you want, I think, when you're making your own also.
Not next week, but the week after, I'm doing a 6x6 accordion one.
Oh, yay.
Which I have with me. But it's the same premise, but it doesn't have the spine in it. So you're right. I started with this and then I went to something else and was like, oh, okay, let's give this a try. I am just going in and I'm placing glue underneath the edge. Now, there's going to get paper put on top of this.
So it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. This is not going to be how the end of it looks.
The just getting back to the cutting the chipboard, Beth says she has a blade she uses just for chipboard.
Okay.
And then there is a Tim Holtz trimmer, his mixed media trimmer that has a rotary blade that is made to cut heavier items.
Oh, that's
good. I don't
good.
think we have any of those in stock, but I know a lot of you have them because when it came out, we did sell a lot of those.
Okay, I'm just going to set this to the side. I'm going to let it dry. And it doesn't take long. Okay. But put that to your side, and then you're going to need your, sorry, I want to wipe off my area.
Another wipe?
I think I'm okay. You're going to need your scoreboard.
And Chris likes the crease from Caterpillar.
Now, with this one, I'm only doing 3 hinges. And
so you might have to explain what a hinge is.
Yep. So this hinge is what is keeping my pages in here. And you can see I didn't put them, I could decorate the back and I probably will. I didn't put it front and back on this one, on the one we're doing tomorrow. I'm going to. So this is what keeps your pages in your book. You determine how many hinges you want or how many pages are going in your book, and then that's going to determine how wide your spine is.
So if you're doing 3 hinges, does that mean you have 6 pages because front and back?
Correct.
Okay.
So what I did for 3 hinges, I need a piece of paper that's 7.5 by 6 3/4.
Yeah, just hold that there for a minute so people can get an eyeball at it. And we will take a picture of this and get it taken care of.
I also explained, if you want more hinges, you're going to follow the same formula, which I will go through, but you're just going to keep adding, because for every 1/2 inch, you've got 1 hinge. So let's just go ahead and do this, and then I'm going to re-explain it so that maybe it makes a little more sense. And
I think I finally feel good with hinges. Chris, believe it or not, I just made a hinge 2 nights ago.
Oh, yeah?
For a 49 and Market album that I think we're going to have here at Memory Bound.
Oh, good.
So it always has been a little confusing to me, but I think once you do it and you fold it, it kind of like the light bulb comes on.
Oh, yeah. Reading the instructions the first time, I was like,
like
oh,
what?
Lord. But yeah, like you said, once you do it, walk yourself through it, it's fine. Now I start at 1.5, And this is on the 6 3/4 size. Also, I did 7.5 because my album is 8 by 8. I don't want my hinge coming out of my album.
So the height you
I
made
made
smaller.
I made a 1/2 inch smaller, along with my pages that I'll be doing, because again, I don't want to take a chance of them peeking out of my album.
Okay.
So we're going to start at 1.5. And I decided to do it on craft because it shows better.
Yeah.
So
We appreciate that a lot, Chris.
So 1.5, and then you're going to go over a 1/2 inch and do 2, and you're going to go to 2.5. Whoops. So right there is your first hinge, and then you've got this little valley part here. That's a 1/4 inch. So 1.5, that's the flap that's going to give you a little bit more support. 2, 2.5. Now we're going to go over a 1/4 inch, which happens to be 2 7/8. And then we're back to a 1/2 inch, so 3 3/8. Three 7/8. So there is my second hinge. 4 1/4. Well, no, that wouldn't be quite right. 1, 2, 3. There's my 1/4 inch again. We're going to have to change that on there, sorry.
We can fix it, not a problem at all.
Oh, and then I put it in the, well, we're just going to leave it there. And then we go to another 1/2 inch, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Half inch. And then that leaves our 1.5 for this part. That it gives it extra strength is all it's doing. So now we're done scoring, and you're going to need your score tape.
We love score tape. What size? While you're getting that out, Dawn asked about the Caterpillar.
Crease?
No, the
Oh.
cutting, the trimmer.
The cutter. Yeah.
I don't really know if how that is on heavier stuff. We're going to have somebody respond that has used it more than me. I know the blade is self-sharpening, so it will sharpen itself back if you do use some of the
I think it will be fine on the 50. I tried cutting some 75 and it wouldn't cut.
So if you keep it the 50 or smaller, lighter weight, then you should be good.
I used, because my hinges are a 1/2 inch, I used 3/8 inch, and then I went ahead and used the 1/4 inch on the other part. So I did use 2 different sizes of score tape. So this is the back side.
Ooh, look at that.
Hopefully you can see that. I think you can.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put the 3/8 score tape. You've got 6 1/2 inches. I'm going to put it on 3 of them.
Okay.
So, and it doesn't really matter which one you go for, just. So out of each hinge, you want score tape on one side of the hinge.
Because they're going to be glued together to form that little, I don't know if it's really a V, but it's kind of a V.
It's a mountain or something.
A mountain or a valley or one of those places.
All right. Now we're going to take our thinner score tape, our 1/4 inch, and you're going to go ahead and run that down those 2. All right. So Your hinges are a mountain, so I just go through. You're going to start with a valley, go to a mountain. And for whatever reason, craft paper is just a little thinner. It's pretty easy.
Easier to fold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think a heavier paper would make it a little harder to fold.
The black was a little tougher, but it was okay. So we've got valley, mountain, valley, valley, mountain. I'm going to come over here just because it's sometimes easier.
It gets kind of awkward a little bit folding it.
It
doesn't
does.
Especially small spaces, small fold,
And
whatever,
then
small fold widths. That's my word.
I think you all get the gist of what we're doing. All right. So now when I pull it back up, you can see
Yeah.
I've
See,
got
that's
my
so cool how it makes that.
hinges. Oh, I know, so easy. Now, I do it one at a time. Some people probably do it faster.
I do it one at a time. Because then you can really put some pressure on it and you see it
Correct.
coming together.
And just remove your 1/2 inch. Don't remove the 1/4.
See, Chris, that's a good tip for me because I really did make a hinge 2 nights ago and for a 49 and Market album. And I didn't think to put the tape on the 1/4 inch tape on at the same time.
Oh, at the same time while it was flat?
Yeah, and that's a good tip.
And then that's your last one.
Now just wait, you guys, till she flattens that out, and it's a wowzer.
There you go. Now you can take your, sorry, the garbage can's way over there.
Oh,
We'll
here.
just toss it here. Oh, thank you. You can take your bone folder and work those hinges because you want this to have play when you get it into your book.
Mm-hmm.
So I go ahead and I bend it both directions a couple times just to get those hinges worked. This is also a good time to cut your little, I'm going to do it in the craft just because it's hard to see. I've cut little, what are these
I
called?
didn't do that. Little angles.
Little angles, yeah. And that way, again, when you put your pages in, you don't have to worry about them hanging over.
I haven't
those.
assembled my book yet, Chris, so I'm going to do that.
And you can tell I got a little glue on my scissors at some point at home. This one I didn't cut quite as close.
I wonder if people know that it doesn't
There.
help with glue, but if you have sticky
Like the
tape
score
and
tape.
stuff on your scissors, that you can use the undo and that it cleans your scissors
Ooh.
up very nicely.
That's a good idea. I do have some undo at home, so.
It won't help liquid glue, but it does take tape off.
So, again, if you want more pages, then just keep going with your 1/2 inch, 2 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. You could also, I mean, if you've got 10 pages you're wanting to put in, all you would have to do is get another piece of paper and as you're scoring,
Mm-hmm.
glue 2 1/2 inches together.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
that
a good
way you
tip.
can just add, but I like to add or end with 1.5 inches. And that's because when we get
I'm
ready,
anxious to see what you do with that.
well, I'm going to put this down first, but when we end, it's just a reinforcement for the book so
Okay.
that it's not,
Mm-hmm.
you want it as strong as it can be because you're hoping people are going to look at it.
They are, Chris. They are.
All right, so I like to leave, I don't know if you can see it on here. I've got to put my orange paper on first, but the way I determined the size I wanted, I like to have a little overhang on both sides of this off of my hinges, again, for a little reinforcement. So I measured my hinges, which should be basically, it's going to probably be about 3/4 of an inch. And I made this bigger. I think this is 1.5 inches. Again, it's by 8 because that's what my.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. So it's 8 inches tall.
Yeah. So we want this also, and this is 10 inches because I'm going to have my flaps coming over. I'm going to have to bend this down when I get this glued on. And I've got this piece of paper. All right.
I love that paper.
Yeah, it's just happy.
It is. It doesn't look like a travel paper at all, but it coordinates with all the travel things. Happy travels from Simple Stories.
Yeah. And the nice thing is if you do get your chipboard kind of tore up, use the sander and sand it down. You know, once your blade gets a little, thank you, once your blade gets a little dull, it tends to tear things a little bit.
Yes, I know what you mean. Gets a little frayed or whatever.
So I'm going to try and line this up in the middle the best I can. It doesn't have to be exact. Again, got my brayer. I was using this the other day and I'm like, oh, what is going on with this? Well, I had it this way. So the stoppers.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I need to use my brayer more often apparently.
Yes. So you know how to use it?
Yes. We have 2 sizes of this also.
Is that the medium size that you're using? Is it called medium?
Yes, it sure is. 3 5/8. It is $11.99. We have the smaller one too that I didn't bring over.
I have the small one, but now that I'm watching you, Chris, I think I should get myself
Get the bigger.
the bigger one too.
All right. Then I like to make sure I don't have any
good
glue
idea.
on there
Good
before
idea.
I put it on. All right, now we're going to go ahead and I'm not going to glue this down. It's going to stay as it is, but I will glue these. And I'm trying to remember. I think all I did was cut down to here. Let's go ahead and we're going to angle it.
So remember, guys, you can make these any size you want, which is kind of the beauty of making your own books.
Well, exactly. Like I said,
And if you can't find like the exact color you like or the style or the theme, works out really well.
All right. It's still.
And Janet made a comment too that I know you're doing that so your corners are nice and mitered, but it also takes off your
The bulk.
The bulk, yeah. They're wondering about using the new T-square ruler to line it up, which is very possible.
Yeah.
I want everyone to know that new A2 T ruler for card makers, we have another replenishment order on its way. We're not sold out, but I know a lot of you purchased them, and thank you so much. I hope you love it as much as I do. And we're going to be showing how to use it with some projects on Friday.
Okay, so now that is glued down, again, we want it reinforced and we don't want the white showing. So I'm just going to take a piece of black paper with the trimmer I did not use on.
Do you need help, Chris?
No.
Her bag is packed her go bag is packed.
It is, and I was using the opposite arm, and so
yeah.
I'm just measuring to see what I used here. This is 4 1/4, so I'm gonna do 4 1/4 by 8.
So you're doing it in black because your hinge
My
is
hinge
black.
is black. Yeah, exactly.
So match your hinge. It doesn't have to be black, but whatever
No.
it is. Or use a different color and be creative if you want. Beth's comment, Chris, is that making your own album is more personal.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
that is true.
And I'm doing by 8 because I just want it up. You know, I want it to be on here, and it can be a little shorter and have some of that orange peek through if you want. Alrighty, and I don't have to use my matte medium for this, but I have a feeling my glue bottle's at the bottom.
Of your bag?
At the bottom of my bag.
It's kind of, I don't know why your bag reminds me of a Mary Poppins bag.
Today
It's
it does.
not one. I'm going to go get a bag like that so we can show people because it is handy.
Then we should show them what all I have in mine. I sure have enjoyed having this bag because every time I have a demo, I just start putting stuff in it, just as if I was going to a crop. And it really helps keep me organized. And I think I mentioned I gave them to the granddaughters one year for Christmas to keep in their cars. We got, jumper cables and a blanket and that kind of thing for them. And at first they were kind of like, oh, nice. And within a week, my granddaughter came and said that a friend's car wouldn't start, and there were several guys there, and she was the only one with jumper cables. So she really appreciated that I had given her the bag.
Oh, is that what you put into their bags?
Yeah, jumper cables and
cool.
a collapsible shovel.
I brought a bag over, Chris, and I thought we can show it at the end of the video because I think we're going to need the full space to show it.
So then I just push this down. Clean up my mess a little bit here. All right, now you want to, see, I got a little glue on there, that's fine. Oh, sorry, I put my scoreboard on the floor. You're gonna want to find where your board is. So just, take something and run it down it so that you have that visual. So that way you know exactly where to put your hinge and you're not guessing.
Totally not related to that, but Beth says she likes to take the Doodlebug foldable tote to crops.
Oh, there you go.
She doesn't take the kitchen sink anymore.
Well,
like many of us have done in the past.
While you were grabbing one, I had said that I like to, if I'm doing a demo, I like to just start putting stuff I know I'm using in there.
Yeah.
And that way, by the time the demo, feel like I'm prepared.
You are prepared, Chris. I can't wait to see how this works.
So,
because I don't know what to expect.
Me either. No,
She does. Don't worry, guys.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut off these edges because otherwise you run the chance of it peeking over the sides.
Yeah.
So I go ahead and I cut off those edges. If we had a bell, I was going to.
What do we need?
Well,
I can get it.
I meant to grab a couple more pieces of black paper. It can be 8.5 by 11. It can be 12 by 12.
Do you need it right now?
Well, I'm going to need it to finish putting together the album.
Okay, let me go get it for you then.
Thank you. All right, so what I'm going to do is grab my board again. Sometimes it helps just to put this in here to line it up so that you know everything is straight. I then line this up and I'm just going to glue this in place. And I think I will use my um, Nuvo glue. If I can find the container, which is, here it is. I really like the Nuvo glue just because it dries fast, and thank you, Kelly.
And so while you're gluing that,
Yep.
I'm sorry I stepped away. I don't know if we answered this, but it is the Doodlebug bag, and we'll show you that definitely at the end of the video when we have we can show the whole thing and not underneath the down cam.
Now I put it down, but I do like to have space. You can't put it right next to your other piece. You need a little space, otherwise you're not going to be able to open it as well, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So glue up to about where your little mark is here.
Chris, while you're applying glue.
Yep.
Barb has a really nice informative comment about the Tim Holtz rotary media trimmer.
Oh, okay.
So if you have one of those or you're wondering about it, cutting heavy stuff like chipboard, she says it could be 0.05 inches. And she had an experience where she wrecked her cartridge and had to replace it.
Oh.
It's all good now, but just a hint there, or a tip for everybody if you're thinking about using that trimmer.
Now at home, I had some clips, and this is a stage you can't hurry, because you really need to let that glue sit so that when you start moving it, it's not coming apart.
It's going to be really good.
And as you saw, I put it down, but then I turned it around so I could see, and I then adjusted it.
That orange, I love that orange.
It's really
Good
happy,
choice.
isn't it?
It is.
All right, so now we're going to do the same thing on this other side. And I don't know why I have it on here. I'm not using this as my thing
I
anymore.
thought, well, maybe you're going to score something.
Well,
maybe you're going to score, Chris.
I was using it as my guide, and then I thought, well, it worked with the smaller one, maybe not so much with this bigger. So again, glue this up. Don't go right up to the line, because you want to leave that space. Some people I've seen take a piece of chipboard and lay it in there.
That's exactly what Shannon just commented, that she puts a little piece of chipboard to space it.
And
it's starting to come together, Chris.
Yes. All right, we're going to lay that down and just pretend it's going to.
So you really want your glue
really
to
want
dry,
it to dry
really, really
yeah.
well.
Yep. And on air, you're always trying to hurry a little bit, which is always a mistake.
Sometimes you could put a little score tape and glue together also to.
That's a good idea.
To help
the process along. Well, and it holds it better too, I think. Now this is where you really just want to make sure that you've got things even with both pieces.
People are really loving the colors, Chris.
Well, they're happy, aren't they?
It is. So that's the paper from Happy Travel. So it is happy.
Yes.
Designed to be happy, and that's the brand new Simple Stories collection. That came in. I'm wondering why our other camera is shaking, and I'm like, because we're having trouble with one of our cameras today, and I'm like, is it going to go out all the way?
No, I think it's me.
And then Oshra has a comment, Chris, that you can use Tim Holtz fabric to cover your. Wouldn't that be cool?
I brought some home and tried, and turns out I can't cut a straight line to save my life without my trimmer.
Fabric.
So yes, but I thought of that because I thought, that would be really cool to be able to do. Now I just have score tape on the back of my hinges. You could put it here also, and lay it down. I didn't find it necessary, but what you're going to do, let let's go ahead and take a chance, make sure this is, it's not
Make sure
quite
it's
gonna
work.
dry enough before I get going on it. I need a little more glue there, and that's, you know, I
That's
did
just
it
what
with
you
my
have-
other one too.
That's just what you
I-
have to do to make sure you get it down good.
Yeah.
Heidi asked about using score tape. Could you use score tape instead? And
Oh yeah, I think so.
you probably could, or both.
Both, yep.
And Osha also commented that you've picked Chicago Bear colors.
Oh,
Osha's from Chicago, everybody.
as long as I didn't pick Chicago Cub colors, that's.
It's so cool. You know, we have customers from so many different places, near and far, and we
Yep.
just appreciate all you guys.
As you can, I'm a White Sox fan. When I go to Chicago, I go to the White Sox games. My grandkids are all Cubs fans, though, so you know.
Oh, a house divided then.
Yeah, I still love them. The grandkids, not the Cubs. All right, so I'm going to
Ooh, taking off the tape.
take this tape off, and I have learned the hard way. When I use score tape, I now use my Nuvo glue also, because I've put things down way too many
Oh,
times.
Yeah, once it's stuck on score tape, you are stuck.
You are done. You are committed unless you have undo. And
Well, undo does work on that.
so let's go ahead and put down,
Beth says the Cubs are doing great this year.
well, it's better than the White Sox.
And let's see. Joan said that she had trouble with the score tape not holding long enough. So maybe that combination, like you're doing right now with the liquid glue and the score tape, is the best way to go.
And then you want to try to get this as even as you can. Now, so I'm looking at the bottom of my orange. I got a little orange peeking out, so I'm just looking there, and I'm going to try to get this as even as I can.
As even as you can with all of us watching you, Chris.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine.
There are several White Sox fans
Yay!
here, Chris.
And they saw us win last night. All right. So, as you can see, this is a mess.
It doesn't look great.
It doesn't
I will
look
agree.
pretty.
It's kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Chris knows what she's doing.
And this
I
is
got
the
faith
time
in
I'm
her.
going to go ahead and glue down a little bit. So now I am going to take my black paper that Kelly got for me, and I'm going to cut it. This is 8 by 8, as you remember. So we're going to go maybe about 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. It could be a little less than that, 7 1/2 by 7 1/2. Let me move this out of the way.
You make me want to go home and make one of these
Well,
books.
good.
I mean, I am working on
You
one
are
right
working
now,
on one.
but it's not from scratch like this. It's a 49 and Market album.
And like I said, you can go in between. I wouldn't go any less than 7 1/2 because you want all those little pieces covered up that are going to make this look finished. And I'll tell you what, has anyone else noticed that this particular trimmer, it's hard to find the 7 1/4? I found that out.
That's a very popular trimmer for sure.
I love it, except for that one thing, because it was in my way, and I was cutting a lot of things that
were
7 1/4. So then I had to go to, starting with 12 by 12, I had to go to 4 3/4 and cut it that way.
You know what?
So-
Yes, I understand. Because I'm using the Tim Holtz Precision Craft Trimmer, and
Okay.
I think it might be 6 1/4 or 6 1/2, but it does not show, and I had to do it backwards. Had to do math, Chris.
Oh my goodness.
See, Osha's the same way. She wants to go home and make this too.
Well, I'm glad.
Osha, you will be going home soon.
You know, that's the point of doing these, is to give people ideas and hopefully a little inspiration to go try something maybe they wouldn't have. So I'm just using my liquid glue again.
Chris, maybe this will help you. Lisa put a little Sharpie, probably a Sharpie black dot above the 7 1/4.
Oh, there you go. I will be doing that when I go home.
Okay, Oshra's going home on the 22nd.
Oh, good.
So 8 days.
Nice.
We're cheering for you, Oshra, for sure.
Okay, so I then
Oh, it's starting to look good.
come in and I cover up all of, the things that don't look so pretty. Try to get it even. I could have maybe gone a little longer in here. That would have been fine. Made it look a
Depends
little
on how
neater.
much of the pattern paper you want to show.
Right. Well, I mean, going this direction, I could have come a little further.
Like not done it square, did
more of a
do it a little
rectangle.
more rectangle.
Yep.
But with all the black, I see why you want it to match your hinge, for sure.
Yeah, I just think it's a neater, more finished look, maybe. I hope I'm not breaking any records today.
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
Are you putting the pages on today, or
No.
is that what you do tomorrow?
Tomorrow
Okay.
we'll do that.
So this is a 2-part video, everyone, because it's really long. And Chris is showing us how to construct the base or the album today, and then tomorrow we're going to be doing the pages. So be sure and come back tomorrow to see how amazing this is going to turn out.
Well, I can see this is a little crooked, so it might not be too amazing tomorrow, but it'll be fine. All right, so there you can see how it's finished looking now. And you're just going to have to work this a little bit. The first time is a little scary because you're like, oh,
you're afraid it's gonna. I'm afraid.
You're afraid it's going to bend
but you're
or
good.
Something. But nope, I think we're good.
Guys,
there is the base of our album.
Chris, that is really. It looks like an album that you pick up off the shelf.
Oh, good. Thank you.
It's really neat. Spine's nice and crispy.
Yes, and I did the same thing with the one at home that I did at first. I come back and I have to glue a little bit because I just don't let it sit long enough.
Yeah.
So that's your secret when you're at home.
We're wanting to get done.
Well, and I don't want you to be here till noon. So I will do that tonight when I go home. I'll probably re-glue that just to make sure that it's sturdy.
Well, Chris, you need to see all the wonderful comments that are coming out because they are loving this. Beth thought the birdsong collection would be good for it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really anything.
A wedding.
If you want to do a cutesy doodlebug or do vintage, a wedding.
Yep.
Or like a grandma's brag book. Or just
anything.
Because you can make it any size you want.
Yep. So, and when you're at home and you're doing it, you're going to play with it a little bit more to make sure everything is square. And I don't think it's too bad
I think it looks good. From here, it looks great, Chris.
Well, that's the main thing
That's what we want for sure.
Yeah. Well, and gosh darn, things don't have to be perfect.
No, but
you want them to be
good.
But
well, and what is this? Your second time you made one?
Yeah, this is the second time I've done one, and first time live.
Chris, I have to tell you something that Rhonda commented here, that it's helped with her anxiety of making a custom album.
Oh, good.
So,
yay. Thanks, Rhonda. A grad book. Cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be perfect for graduation.
So tomorrow I'm going to show you.
Let me flip the camera here. We're going to go back to Chris now.
Our bags, they come in handy.
Oh,
I have 1 through 6 ready to
you
go.
Have the pages all organized?
I have them organized by, yes. And I am going to show you a couple different tricks or things that I did. One of which is
you'll have to hold it up.
How to make this page, where you
with the eyelets.
Yeah, with a little gatefold on it. I did the circle thing that I'll kind of show you
Yeah, that's pretty
how I
neat,
did
too.
that. So there's a couple things that I'll show you how to put together. A lot of them are already put together because, you know, we don't have that much time. I'll also show you how I did this and how to make these fun little tags.
Yeah, I want to see that. I really like that.
That was a die that we no longer have. So I thought, why can't I use this? And,
Oh, sure.
you know, achieve
Yeah, I
that
have
same look.
I've had that one for years and I love it.
Well, and we have so many different ones of these. The eyelet one, the lacy. To
Yeah,
me,
you
this would
definitely
really
could.
dress up your tag. So I'm going to try that. I haven't tried it. We're going to do it together.
Chris, I want to share Donna's comment with everybody. I don't know how many of you guys read the comments. We try to read them so that we can make sure we're giving you what you need. But she says she's going to have to watch again on the replay because her husband broke the rules and bothered her during most of the video.
Donna, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. I love it.
Why do they think they want to talk to
I
you
don't
during
know.
the video? I don't get it.
That time is usually blocked out. And
Yes.
Diane said it'd be good for a garden club book.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, so many different uses.
We have so many pretty papers
Mhm.
with flowers on them, and the nice thing is you can make it whatever size you want.
Right. You could make even a little 4x4.
Yeah.
I could see making this with kids, maybe a good summer project.
I bought this one because it's also made out of chipboard.
Is that your accordion?
Yeah.
Look at the front.
So this one is just 6x6.
I love what you did on the front.
Oh, thanks.
I've seen the front though. I think you had that
yeah,
done.
I just added some.
I'm looking at it from a different
ribbon.
angle.
And then it's an accordion like the, Uniquely Creative.
Yeah. We can't get those books anymore.
Yeah.
Chris took care of it for us.
So I decided just to make my own. And I'll show you how to adhere the accordion. Like I said, I made this. It's kind of a funny story. Made it for my granddaughter because my daughter said, oh yeah, she's been hiking a lot and really enjoying that.
This is funny.
And so then I made it for her thinking she could add some fun pictures to it for going out hiking. And she's like, yeah, Grandma, I don't really hike. I walk around the woods of her boyfriend's property. So I was like, oh gosh, okay, well, I've got a book made anyway.
You're going to have to go, Chris, you're going to have to go take a hike in the woods.
Apparently.
And take a few
Yes,
pictures.
take some pictures for myself. But I'll show you how to attach these so you have kind of a fun little way to close it.
I would love to see that.
That's going to be on the 29th.
So May 29th, Chris is back tomorrow for part 2 of her chipboard album. And then May 29th, she will be back with another folio or little album, which we love. Totally love.
Well, it's fun. You know, like I said, once I get going on something like chipboard.
Well, and Chris, everyone has loved this. You're going to have to go back and look at all the nice, really super nice comments.
You guys are so kind.
And then I wanted to bring this out. This is the Doodlebug folio or Doodlebug foldable tote. And look how it folds up. It's got a little piece in the bottom.
Yes.
A solid, probably chipboard.
I'm sure it is.
And it folds flat. And you said you gave these to your granddaughters.
For their cars.
For their cars.
Yep. I put blankets but I also use it to bring all my crafting supplies when I do a video. And they're really reasonable.
I think they're about $17.
This one's not marked.
That one is free or it's really
yay.
expensive. That's what I always say.
I want to say $17.99.
They're cute like Doodlebug. That's the polka dot. There's one that has a flower border along the bottom. And they fold, they're just nice to tuck in.
Well,
I
look
keep one
how
in my craft room.
Yep.
And I have one in my car filled with stuff too, Chris. I need to bring it in today. So.
Well, or you could put a couple of them in your car and contain your groceries when you go shopping.
Yeah, very true.
It doesn't just have to be for your crafting supplies.
It could be anything. We
$17.99. Thanks, Janet.
Oh, yay. That's $17.99. We actually used those for Christmas stockings a few years ago when they came out.
Oh.
And then we filled them up with like chips and salsa and, jellies and
what a
popcorn
great
and stuff
idea.
like that. So that was really good.
I love that.
So check those out if you're looking for a good bag to carry your crafty things around. And Chris, a big thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
What you do
Oops, sorry.
is not like an easy task because you always create things. I'm gonna say from nothing, because you do your boxes and now this album where we've got an album coming together with chipboard and paper, which is amazing. Really, oh yes, look at that. Oh, hold that up. Look what we did.
Look how
today.
fun that color
Look what
is.
we did today, everybody.
Yeah, look what we made.
This is squirrel moment, but Ruby has 3 of those foldable totes.
Oh, nice.
I only have 1 and I work here. I think I need to get another one.
I do want to point out, it wasn't this one, but this would really work well, these frames.
Oh, those are the Tim Holtz label frames.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of them in here. And then I used this was the perfect size
Oh, okay.
die. And this is the alphanumeric bold
Okay.
for $24.99.
And it's 5/8 of an inch tall.
Yeah.
I had to zoom in up close to Chris to see that.
I used that on all of these. It just, I don't know.
Oh, well, it carries through nicely.
Yeah, yep.
It does.
And like it says, it is bold without being,
It's
too
simple. It's
Yep.
a simple font, but
Yep.
nice and thick.
So these frames, I'm going to be using them more.
Well, everyone, thank Chris. Huge thank you to you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, Janet, for being here in the background and doing our linking and answering questions. And thanks all of you guys that joined us today for our demo. We appreciate it. And Chris is going to be back tomorrow with part 2 of this chipboard album, and we're going to actually put the pages in.
I didn't realize the camera was still on me as I was putting everything away.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, Chris.
Sorry about that.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. I wasn't even looking. I'm trying to make sure we close up all right.
Shoot.
So we'll be back tomorrow, everyone. Thanks so much, and have yourself a really great day today, and we'll see you then.
Bye-bye.